Elsa, I'm afraid I'm not quite as functional in this frigid temperature. Could you please cool down with that? No, I don't mean cool down. Please don't cool down.
Vernier Scalloper.
And we're back in part 2 of the Frozen Chit Chat. And today we will be discussing Frozen Part 2. Or rather, Frozen 2 is not really Part 2, it's the sequel. So out the gate, we can tell that in this sequel they're trying to bring in more backstory of the lands and Elsa's powers, okay? They're trying to give us more depth because the first one, even though the stakes are really high, it is more centered around how Elsa is endangering her people of Arendelle, okay? It is more focused on the present. It's not really telling us about the past, the history of Arendelle and, you know, all the jazz. Now, Elsa has been haunted by this very enchanting voice, which only she hears. So, you know, it might be real, it might be psychosis, but it's probably real. Let's believe her, okay? So, nobody else hears this voice and it's making her really stressed. So we get this scene where Anna is comforting Elsa, you know, on the bed, reminiscent of how their parents used to do so when they were kids, you know, before the parents. What's with this very uncomfortable sleeping position? Like, how is this possible? They're okay, it is not a bad embrace. Okay, it is not a bad embrace, but it is so weird. Like, okay, you embrace and you fall. How do people do that? How do you and just fall asleep? Are you gonna remain in that position the entire night? I don't think so. And I was right. They don't stay that way for the entire night, okay? So Elsa's on one side of the bed with her cunty eyeshadow that's always on, you know, that's smudge proof because it's not on the pillow or anything. And Anna is on the other side of the bed in full, she's in like full like gorilla position, you know, very Vogue, very unglamorous. And I love how they always try to portray Anna as this country bumpkin at heart. And, you know, that's what we love her for, okay? But I think they should go all out with the unglamorous side, the country bumpkin rural girl side of Anna. They should have her more in these like type of primate, ape, gorilla types of positions, you know, and get really just go all out with the unglam. So the voice continues to haunt Elsa, and this leads her to go out to the balcony and be like, into the unknown! She's singing and belting in as a member of the real world. I can't help but think, oh my god, who is hearing this? Is anybody hearing this woman sing in the middle of the night? Or do they not hear her voice? Like how they don't hear the crazy voice that's singing to her and making her sing in the middle of the night. Anyways, instead of waking the neighbors with her singing, she causes a natural disaster instead. You see, Elsa will always exceed your expectations. You think she will do this, but she goes way beyond, okay? You think it's just going to be some nuisance in the night? No, it is an emergency. It is a whole emergency. Do we need to evacuate? Evacuate, please. SOS, everybody. Like, wake up, okay? It's a life or death situation. Elsa, I thought we had this chat about your powers and how just because you're in your tower of isolation, it doesn't mean that you're not causing natural disasters and havoc and environmental trauma. Girl. But I know it's not really her fault, okay? She's just triggering something, but it's not really her fault, or her singing, or her personality, you know, that's not her fault. But what is it actually? Is it the curse? Is it the hacks? Is it a witch? Or is it just fate? The good old fate, the good old destiny. Maybe it's just not meant to be. As the wise ones have always said, great power comes great responsibility, and our poor Elsa just can never get a break. So Elsa and her friends head over to the enchanted forest to figure out what the fuck is going on this day. What the fuck is causing this elemental imbalance, okay? This natural disaster, this phenomenon. And when they reach the forest, there is this protective wall, you know, like this force field thing that's kind of taking the form of a fog, like a smoky cloud situational. And this is when I realized that Olaf is the star of the show, okay? Frozen, the first one, was more about Annabel and Elsa, but in this second one, it's more... Olaf is really the highlight of the second one, is what I quickly find out. Because this kinky little bastard, okay, this kinky little bastard is having so much fun running into the wall and getting repelled by it, and then running into it again and repelled by it and running again, and he's having so much fun even though he's clearly getting hurt. Oh, ooh, this little masochistic snowman. And a lot of children actually do like this masochistic snowman, and it brings me to wonder, is this why some people think it's cool to not feel pain, or they like the pain, you know, more like they pretend to like the pain? You know how some children be like, you know, they hit themselves and they be like, I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it. But do you think they really like it, or are they just trying to get attention? But now I'm thinking it is more because this is what they're shown on TV. Like they start like pinching each other and like poking each other. It's so fun! I like it! And it all makes sense now. There is always that one kid or two, you know, there are always these kids, because I do remember, I wasn't one of them, okay, I swear I wasn't one of them, but there are always those kids in your kindergartens and things like that. They like the pain, you know, they like the pain and they're very proud of it, and they parade around with this pride they have for not feeling pain and liking it. It's crazy. But now we have a very worldwide popular icon of masochism. And I never thought that it would be Olaf. Yo, dude, it's Olaf, man. And it's also how he's like laughing mischievously the entire time. I'm starting to like this contortionist snowman, you know, this masochistic, exhibitionist, contortionist. He's all the fun things, actually. I'm starting to like him. And I love his little old-timey number. And you older, everything will make sense. I love Olaf. I can't believe I love Olaf now. I didn't give a fuck about him in the very first movie, but now I see where this is going. I see how iconic he is. I see how... And of course he enjoys the roller coaster ride of a tornado that they get swept in, okay? Of course he gets into it, like... He's so unserious. I love him so much. I love him so much. And it's how he names the tornado wind thing. He names it Gale. Stupid boy. Like, of course you have to be funny and call him Gale. Like, so what's next? We're going to call a wave, you know, if we're gonna make friends with a wave or a drop of rain, are we gonna call it drip, drop, pussy pop? And if we start the campfire, are we going to call it spark? Funny boy. We quickly learn about the dark past of Arendelle and Annabel and Elsa's family, because we meet these two parties in the forest that have been trapped there for what, 37 years or something like that, and they are feuding like feuding for you're already trapped here, like why don't you just be friends, you know, like why don't you just be friends? I know it is not as easy, but it turns out to be as easy as it is. Okay, you're already trapped here. Like what the fuck? Like what even matters anymore? You're just on the same playing field, same level. Fuck each other, okay? Fuck each other and make babies and just move on with life. Stop fighting. No. So one side we have the people without the magic, and the other side are the people with the magic. Okay, they are the wizards. They're the black magic. They're the hell magic is dangerous people. Okay, and obviously the ones without magic are fearful of the ones with magic, and it causes a lot of. And they're looking at Elsa and her friends like, what the fuck? Like, who are you guys? Like, why are you here? What's happening? Explain yourselves. And they try, they try to explain themselves, but ultimately Olaf is the one that saves the day with his mediation, okay? He mediates, he gives a rundown, a highlight reel, okay? A supercut of us, a supercut of all the events that have happened, including some history of Anna and Elsa. And the people are moved, okay? They are moved by the contortionist snowman. You see, Olaf is the best. I see it now, okay? I see it now. And at last I see the light. I see it now. I see the light and I see the truth. Just like Elsa and Anna, okay, they learned the truth that her grandfather is indeed an asshole, okay, he's a betrayer, he's a traitor, he's a scheming pretender, and guess what, he's a man. And you see, the women have to fix everything again. We have to fix the fuck-ups of our fathers, our forefathers. Tabula rasa for my daughter. So the moral of the story is sometimes you just need a snowman to give the super cut of us. Okay, and Elsa needs to chill, okay? I know you have the ice powers and everything, and you're very used to your martyr tendencies and things like this, but you're getting a little bit too much of this heroine complex, okay? You are becoming like Maui. You're becoming like I have to save the day all the time. I have to save off the day all the time, even though this is compromising my own mental health and my own physical health and my actual powers, okay? Like, you need to calm down, okay? You need to chill. I know that's not the best term because it's like you're making fun of her ice powers, but you get what I'm saying. I'm not saying you need to calm down, okay? You need to calm down. You're being too loud. And she's trying to fight off all these magical flames, like it's so exhausting just seeing her trying to tank everything on her own. Like, oh my god, Elsa. Sometimes it's just better to retreat, like the enchanted forest is not gonna burn down anyway, okay? Like, this magical flame probably is a part of the forest. Why are you trying to fight nature? Huh? And it turns out that the fire is just a lizard, a cute little lizard. How Disney of this film, how Disney of this film to reduce this magical fire to a cute little lizard. And of course, Elsa befriends the lizard. Okay, cute. And yes, in the previous film chit chat, I mentioned that I do like Anna and Kristoff, and I want them to fuck. But Kristoff in this film is being very, very useless and very unmemorable, which is fine, which is fine. Let the girls have the spotlight, and of course let Olaf have the spotlight, because Olaf is really showing out, okay? Olaf is really proving himself to be the icon, and Kristoff, you can take a step back. You can take a step back. I know, just like women, men can also share the space, but okay, just and he tries to steal the spotlight with his cheesy 80s ballad with Sven that I don't even remember how it sounds like because it's so generic and like, okay, we get it. Okay, you are in love with Anna, and the entire film, you're just trying to find the right moment to propose to her. You know what? Save it. Save it for when the day is saved, and then you propose to her. How about that? You know, stop trying to squeeze it in between like these tiny moments that don't even make sense. Like, why are you trying to propose to her when there's clearly more dire things at stake? Just save the ring till everything is resolved, okay? Shh. Anna's not going to die out of the blue. Elsa won't allow that. You know? Shit. Okay, but speaking of stakes, this film does have really high stakes, okay? The stakes are really high, but they don't feel that important. Or rather, they're not coming off. They do not. I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain this. It's like they're trying to make it so important, but it doesn't feel important at all. You know, there's a lot of fluff in this film. Let's just put it that way. There is a lot of fluff. There's a lot of filler. They're trying to stuff in so much lore and things, but it just comes off as very surface level, very shallow attempts at trying to deepen the characters. I don't know. Like, the original was enough. For me, okay, personally, I do not need to know their whole life story, but I guess we just have to milk Elsa more, you know, like she has not been milked enough of her ice powers. We have to milk it even more. And you know, Elsa blaming herself for the deaths that she has caused according to herself. No, you did not cause the deaths. It is not your fault, okay? It is not your fault. It's giving Maribel. Okay, it's giving Maribel. It is not your fault. I get it. Like, that's the whole arc. That's the whole point of the story. But it gets very repetitive, okay? It gets very repetitive. Like, it was entertaining, kind of endearing. But now it is just very like, here we go again. Like, you know, here we go again. Like, how many times are we going to get Tower of Isolation? Like, it's a... And I say Tower of Isolation because she wants to tank it herself again. Like, she, in the midst of being a tsundere, she puts her sister on a boat and pushes her down like this river, and the sister could have died. Okay, the sister could have died. How about that? You almost killed your sister just because you wanted to be the heroine alone, and you wanted, this is all your responsibility, like you're the breadwinner of the family, like... Elsa, it is okay to get help from people, okay? You don't have to do everything yourself. It is actually very unrealistic to do everything yourself. Even if you have some fucking powers. Even if you have some fucking freak of nature powers. It is okay to get help. And because of Elsa's, oh, it's my fault, Anna is now trapped in some cave with Olaf, and Olaf is dying, and great, now Olaf is dying. Okay, you took Moani's grandma, and now you're trying to take Olaf away from me? You fucking bitches. And what's with Elsa trying to conquer the ocean? Why is she trying to ice skate on the ocean? And she's literally naked as well, like... And look at Anna in the first film, you know, the stupid girl running into the wintry tundra in a freaking dress. But here we have Elsa. This is like her natural habitat. She's literally naked. But she does not feel the cold. as she says in the song. She does not feel the cold. She's not trembling and shaking because of the cold. Must be good to have ice powers, you know, as somebody who gets cold easily. Bitch. I wish I had that power too. But what the fuck, who cares? You killed Olaf. Boo! Boo! So yes, I realized that this film is full of fluff, you know, like the destruction of the dam and the water bursting through the animation. Like this whole film is really just for Disney to flex their animation, you know, to flex their animation, their graphics, their sound design, which is really good, mind you. It is really good. I am not trying to deny that, but it's just a very showy film for that. It is very, very showy. Elsa has a freaking ice horse, for heaven's sake. It is a very ostentatious level of showiness when it comes to the glitz and the glamour of the graphical breakthrough. Which is fine, okay? Which is fine, okay? It is a visually stunning film. A lot of blue, a lot of white, a lot of eyes, okay? A lot of... I nailed that. Okay, it is a lot of this, okay? It's a lot of this. There is still a lot of martyrdom. There is still a lot of trauma. There is still a lot of women having to fix the mistakes of the man. So yes, I prefer the first one, okay? I prefer the first one. But it is fine. I have to complete the experience. So watching this second one was necessary. We can't always have bobs, okay? We can't always have hits. Sometimes we need to experiment. And sometimes we just want to show off, okay? Like Disney. We want to show off what we got. We want to show off our big cock. And that is what Disney has done with this film. That is what Disney has done with Frozen 2. They just flexed on them, okay? They just flexed. And it's fine. Now I don't know what I will watch next, but I will be back. I had enough of you, Elsa. I will not be frozen anymore. I will not feel the cold anymore. Please stay tuned for my next video. Do like and subscribe. And I'll see you